Hello, 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 and welcome to another edition of the Brian Colletto Show on my YouTube channel. And if this should ever be repurposed to any other platform, wherever you may listen to podcasts or videos. So let's get started. Um, so, on the topic of autism, since that's what some people who are loyalists to me come here for. Um, I will say that I just read a story about a bunch of families on Staten Island who are struggling to get services or at least affordable services for their children on the spectrum. And this has become a very common theme in the tri state area. I'm actually sort of near Staten Island, and and I know in New Jersey there's a lot of families who are struggling to get the proper services that they need, and it's it's challenging, and I can't sit here and say that I have all the answers, and I can't sit here and say that I can make it all better, but I can say that I know that the nights are long, the days are long. Just don't give up hope, no matter what. My mother went through a lot of this about 30 or so years ago, um, or 20 to 30, put it in that range when it came to yours truly. Um, so it can be done. I do think, without bringing politics into it too much, I do think that it's going to be a great challenge. I wish it wasn't that way, but it is, in my humble opinion. Um, I also did see a story about, I actually just only saw the headline of it, where there's a uh, a danger with um, people on the spectrum who are black and dealing with officers. And um, again, I didn't read the story because it might be a little too triggering for me. Um, but I, what I will say in just reading the headline is that I especially pray for an end to racism in our country. Um, and that's for everybody, whether they're on the spectrum or not. Um, so I want to make that clear. Um, and and also, I had recently done an Instagram story where I talked about the best referrals for me, and I mentioned that parents who have children on the spectrum are very good referrals for me because they're the ones that are more likely to understand my quirkiness in how I am. And and I say that because not that people who haven't been touched by autism deeply can understand, but they may have a harder time with things and they may feel a bit uncomfortable. And so without going too much into detail about something that recently happened, I will say that I do, it is a reminder for myself that I have to guard against myself. I have to protect myself in those situations. But it's also a further reminder of why I advocate so hard for the spectrum and why I want to connect with those um, who are impacted deeply by it. So that is my segment about autism. What has gone on since my last show last week? Well, not a lot, um, unless you were to look at everything I was doing at my workplace over the last week, and then you might say a lot. But I don't really talk about my workplace on here. Um, but I will say that there were a few events I attended. Um, I attended an event that um, was sponsored. I repeat, sponsored by a group whose networking events I've attended in the past. I thought they were actually hosting it, but they were sponsoring it. But the host of the group did welcome me, so I had a good time at it, and that's what's most important. And it was a new place, and I, for the first time, got to see a one lane bridge where I had to yield and wait for the cars to be done on that bridge before I went to the stop sign and then made my turn after stopping. And then on Monday, December 16th, I attended a networking fundraiser, the fundraiser for Alzheimer's, and it was by a local chamber in my county. And it was small, but it was a fun event, and I hadn't seen or attended this particular chamber's any of their events over the past over a year. So it was fun to be part of them again. And that was also why I delayed my usual Monday night show to Tuesday night this week because I was attending that event and I knew that I would be free on Tuesday to do it instead. And I wanted to try to have a little bit more consistency with coming on here. May watch it later after it's been uploaded. So that is what has been going on with me recently. I can't say if I will definitely be on here next week with an episode. I am going to try, but and I will also try to promote it on other platforms if I know for sure. But I will try to come on again before the end of 2024. So if I don't come on live again, I want to say happy holidays, happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, whatever you celebrate. Um, and until the next time I come on live, I send you all love, light, blessings, and peace. Take care.